Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Bitcoin, ticker symbol BTC. And I will also be going over Doge, ticker symbol DOGE, as well as Ethereum Classic, ticker symbol ETC. And so the reason why I'm going over those two and Bitcoin is because, I think that Doge and Ethereum Classic are very easy to move, very easy to purchase, and in the ease of moving them, very easy to get them off an exchange into a hardware wallet. And so I like them a lot. Whereas Ethereum has a lot of gas fees, it's expensive to move, takes some time. Ethereum Classic, I can move it from my account to my wallet in a couple minutes. Same with Doge, so I do like them a lot. Also, they do have a lot of upside potential getting to the prior all-time highs, whereas Bitcoin is trading right around all-time highs. But fundamentally, I think Bitcoin is way more sound than the other two. Doge is really just a lot of fun, and also I do think it has some utility as a medium of exchange, internet money, something like that. And Ethereum Classic, like I said, just really easy to move, cheap to move. And so I think those are two nice ones to trade while also stacking Bitcoin. And so I wanted to go over the charts because something just happened that I think is really interesting. Don't know if price is going to go up or down. I do dollar cost averaging with these, very passive, on a routine basis. So it doesn't matter to me if price goes up or down, but I just wanted to go over this level that with all three of them and a number of other coins have also done this. But if we do look at the chart here, we can see that the last time we were at these lows was back on May 16th when we hit a low with Bitcoin of $64,588.50. We did wick below that yesterday on June 18th, sweeping the lows. And so that is basically the idea is that as price goes up from this low, a lot of people probably put stop losses there at right around 64,500, and we broke below that. We broke below, hitting a low yesterday of $64,010.01. So if there were stop losses there, they got liquidated. And so I think that could suggest that the bottom is in for Bitcoin. We might be seeing a rally in the coming weeks or, perhaps days. But we also could be heading lower, and so I did want to take a step back to go over a few things that do stand out as potential levels to be keeping in mind. And so one of them, I'm just going to draw an approximate Fibonacci retracement going from the low there up to the more or less double top that we saw here. And it does look like price has pulled back to right around the 50% retracement, right around or just below $64,000. And so maybe we're finding support there, but maybe we do continue lower to the golden pocket here. That would be getting to right around 61.5 thousand to around 62,000. So maybe we find a bottom there. And also interestingly, that does seem to correspond with this little shelf over here that might be acting as support, which is really just above the 618 there, getting into that golden pocket. But we also do have, a bounce here around right in the middle of that golden pocket, and then some more consolidation here. So I do think it is quite possible price could be going lower, but I do think that because we swept these lows, it could be at a bottom and we might be seeing new all-time highs in the next few weeks, maybe a few days. Who knows? Bitcoin can be pretty crazy. And then also, I did want to draw a trend line that does stand out to me as being potentially significant. And I'm just going to draw that pretty casually here, not to the penny necessarily, but just going from the high hit right around April 14th and then connecting that with, let's see, again, just being approximate, and I am kind of drawing this to, get it lined up where current price is, but it does look like, that served as, pivot point here, pivot high there before a retrace, did get some consolidation just below that level, did get a dip below it, kind of a fake out break of it, and then did consolidate above it here. And so currently, we are testing approximately that level. We did wick down to it on the 18th. And so I think that we could be finding some support right around where we're at before before making new attempts to get higher. The double top that I had mentioned was right around 71.6 thousand. The all-time high looks like it was just shy of 74,000. Maybe we're going to be getting up to that level later in June. But like I said, maybe because we have tested this, it's quite possible that we break this uptrend and do continue lower. Something that I have heard a lot about is coming down to right around 52,000 or 52,500. That does correspond with the consolidation that we saw here, this bull flag that might be acting as support if we do break down below these levels. And so, that is quite the possibility. So good to prepare for that amount of downside. But, I do think that Bitcoin will be hitting 100,000 at some point. So, for me personally, I am just slowly dollar cost averaging into a pretty small position. But as time goes on, it does get bigger and bigger. And so that's the way that I like to trade Bitcoin, or at least accumulate it. I don't really trade it, without getting emotions involved. Because I have such a small position, it's all right to, buy dips casually, and even if it's going up, to continue to add, because who knows where it will be, a couple days from now, because it can be so volatile. But anyways, I did also want to talk about Dogecoin, because it is one that I do accumulate on a daily basis, whereas Bitcoin is on a weekly basis, just very slow and casual. Doge, I do think that there's a lot more upside because it's not at all-time highs. But, just like with Bitcoin, it does look like we swept the lows that were hit on May 1st, that being a low of 11.984 cents. And so that is where that level is. We did get a wick below it yesterday on June 18th, hitting a low of 11.381 cents. Maybe that was a great dip buying opportunity, as we haven't seen price this low since, we got this little bit of consolidation here right around the end of February, beginning of March. So, maybe it's a great dip buying opportunity with Doge, but if it does break the current levels, I could see price coming down to where we saw these wicks up here right around 10 cents. Also kind of makes sense, which I think is also, great dip buying level, great place to be accumulating, because if Doge goes down to 10 cents, it maybe goes up to $1 a coin at some point, and that's, a 10x. So I think that's a pretty exciting prospect for Doge. And if we do look at this chart, it doesn't look like it goes back all the way to the all-time highs, but this has been up to about 70 cents. So even just going up to that level, there's a lot of upside for Doge. And then finally with Ethereum Classic, this also, like the other two, did sweep the lows on April 13th, actually going back further in time, not just to May, but to April here. We hit a low with Ethereum Classic of $22.74, whereas yesterday on June 18th, we hit a low of $21.36. The last time we saw price down to that level was on January 10th, when we got this massive green candle to the upside, but then did get a pretty sizable pullback. And that low was then hit on January 23rd, a low of $21.71. So also blew past that low as well. So taking out any stop losses there. And also looking back in time, we do have a good amount of consolidation here just below the current price. So I could view Ethereum Classic as putting in a bottom, and there potentially being some upside for this coin and getting back to at least the highs that were hit in 2021. That's getting up to around $170. So with it trading right around $24 a coin right now, there's a lot of upside potential getting back to the highs of right around $175 per coin. But, those are just my thoughts on Bitcoin, Doge, and Ethereum Classic. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.